you can't even imagine now. You won't find anyone better at this. With this, Wasabi-kun is also one of us now. Shadow only takes care of battling, while Vankafa's shop is responsible for the sales and supply of potions. Take what you enjoy and develop it to new and undiscovered heights. Now that we have Wasabi-kun, we'll be leaving the intel gathering to you. No, I wasn't planning on building an intelligence network this early, but Wasabi-kun really does seem to be the right man for the job. If he can really supply me with useful intel, it'll be a nice bonus. Are you feeling shy? Say, are you trying to form a guild? Is that true? Who knows? But it's always better to be prepared. Brother Ling Ce, didn't you say you were going to do some level grinding? Want to take me along? Is it a dungeon? Shall we go now? Will 1 week be enough time? You're only at level 15. It's all good. The place I'm going is somewhere you can't go to yet. 1 week is enough for me. Somewhere I can't go. How many levels are you thinking of gaining in 1 week? You got a plan. I don't know how many levels I can gain in 1 week. I received 200 gold from Vankafas, and the rest goes to the management of the store. Starting from today, until the opening of the guild-owned dungeon, I have exactly 7 days. I have to properly plan out my leveling for each day. I'll probably be squeezing myself dry every day for the following days. Time to go. I'm about to depart from the human race's territory, Casfado, and venture into the beastman's territory. It is a zone belonging to those who are at level 40 and above. This giant portal is one of Casfado's many zone transporters. Unlike the typical portals, giant portals of this sort can send one to the territories of other races. There's a territory for each race in Heavenland. Every territory spans over an immense area, being vast distances apart. They can only be accessed using these portals. Although there's no level restriction on the various territories, aside from a few thrill-seeking players or the treasure hunters seeking valuable loot. No player is daft enough to wander into a territory where even the weakest of mobs can one-shot them with their current level. When I came to this area in my previous life, I remember I was already level 70, and was here with a team. In the end, because I was carried so many times, I became familiar enough to even write guides about it and earn a small living. My reason for coming here to the Beastman territory is the secret merchant. That's the only place I can get the essential item needed for my level grinding plan. That secret merchant is hidden in an extremely hard-to-find cave up in the mountains. The secret merchant was only discovered by chance in my previous life by a player who was being chased by monsters and had nowhere to run. He then shared it on the forum, which attracted the attention of other players. But before I locate the secret merchant, I have to first secure a certain quest-related item. Abandoned house by the cliff. Fiendish Bear Elite. Long time no see, big guy. Your size is still as nerve-wracking as ever. What I need is in that dilapidated house behind that menacing bear. Based on the usual pattern, it'll wake up once anyone gets close, then lash out at the intruder in a frenzy. However, this finally gives me a chance to make use of that. The petrification ring I got from the Broken Buddha dungeon. Back then, I did that dungeon precisely because of this item. Alright. Next, I'll just have to Now's the time. Petrify. System prompt. Petrify. An inescapable effect from the petrification ring. It causes creatures to be petrified for 3 seconds. On players, the effect is shortened to 1 second. Note: Boss-level creatures, dragons, and spirit-type monsters are immune to the petrification. I have only 3 seconds. I have to be as fast as possible. It's right there. System prompt: you have obtained pendant of the exiled beastman researcher. Got it. Good thing. I know the procedure like the back of my hand. System prompt: you have discovered the secret merchant, the exiled beastman researcher. What a rare sight. You're the first human to come here. Not only that, I've even specially brought you something you'll need later. Black Bird Club producer. I have no interest in knowing how you got here. Human, what interest could you possibly have for an eccentric fella who has lost everything and has been driven out by his own people? I won't be able to trigger the event flag if my answer doesn't include the keyword, exile. Why would a learned scholar be exiled by his own people? So I've heard. Oh-ho. I've triggered it. It's all because those stubborn fools refuse to acknowledge my hard-earned discoveries. As the only beastman researcher in my clan, I returned after completing my studies outside. But that beastman clan worships only power and might, and labeled me as an unorthodox heretic, and a deviant. Then, they exiled me and my wife from the village. I was completely disheartened, and sorry that my gentle wife had to suffer with me. However, I never expected that there were radicals in my clan who were determined to wipe us out. Under the cover of the night, they surrounded that little cliffside house my wife and I built. They murdered my pitiful wife. I jumped off the cliff amidst the chaos, and managed to survive because my fall was broken by thick tree branches. So many years have passed, but I have yet to forgive myself, nor will I ever have it in me to forgive those people. I don't even have a memento that I can remember my wife by. The pendant I gave her back then should still be in that cliffside house till this day. But I lack the courage to go back there. System prompt: you have activated the hidden quest, the exiled beastman researcher's regret. The beastman researcher is buried in grief and rage. His wife's favorite pendant is still in the dilapidated house by the cliff. If the pendant were to be retrieved and returned to the beastman researcher, as I expected, I've triggered the hidden quest. Usually, one would look for that after the quest has been triggered, but I've already obtained it in advance. You have my sympathy for everything that has happened to you. I just happened to come across a house on a cliff on the way here. Why, you actually found it. Indeed, esteemed scholar. Please have a look. Is this the pendant you're speaking of? You have my deepest gratitude, human thief. I don't have anything much to offer, but I have some magic bombs that I made myself. I'm sure you'll find them somewhat helpful. Okay, all I have to do now is to hand over the pendant. Gee, that sure was fast. Thank you. I'm sure they'll be of great help. I sincerely hope my creations will come in handy. Finally. The hidden shop I've been waiting for. Here you are. System prompt. Magical bomb of shattering shards. Magic bombs created by the exiled beastman researcher. This special bomb can deal tremendous damage to the beastman race. Perhaps it's because they contain his deep hatred for his people. I'll be depending on this neat little thing for this week's leveling, but it sure is expensive. There are 10 in a set, and each set costs 10 gold. Perhaps even the guild masters of those big guilds would not dare to splurge like this. System prompt. You have purchased 15 sets of magical bomb of shattering shards. For a total of 150 gold. However, it's definitely worth it. Here it is. The village of level 40 beastmen. I picked this location for its spawn rate of elite rank beastmen. After all, I have to kill 300 elite monsters to upgrade my bone knife of the undead mercenary. A weapon capable of summoning the undead. I'm quite looking forward to it. Next, it's just to clear out wave after wave, then rinse and repeat. Step 1 is to bait them, of course. As there's quite a significant level gap, I can't lure them from up close like before. However, I'm all prepared. I can't miss a single one. It's about time. Take this flurry of bombs. System prompt. You have leveled up. This leveling rate is so satisfying. System prompt. You have leveled up. System prompt. You have leveled up. After clearing out this wave, I'll teleport out to respawn the area. I can do this 3 times a day. I have enough magical bombs of shattering shards on hand to get to at least level 30. With these next few days, I will be thoroughly transformed. I've been clearing wave after wave like a madman for the past few days, resulting in a hefty boost to my levels. It's the 5th day today. From level 15, I'm now at level 32. Perhaps, if other players learned of my rate of leveling these past 5 days, they might suspect that I cheated. From a certain point of view, maybe it's not that far off. This leveling method is satisfying and all. Damn dull. But it's getting pretty damn dull. I feel like I'm about to develop a frozen shoulder from all the repeated bomb-throwing motions these past few days. System prompt. You have obtained Beastman's Sawing Knife X6. Finally, this is the last wave. As I'd set my level information as private, I wouldn't show up on the level ranking board. Meanwhile, quite a few pros have also chosen to hide their info, and dropped out of the board. For now, the highest level on the ranking board is level 41, but I'm sure there are players at even higher levels. 10th place. Just barely in the top 10, I really can't catch a break. With leveling becoming much easier after being promoted, there's quite a heated competition when it comes to player levels. The competition is only going to get even more heated from now on. In addition, as players upgrade their equipment along the way, leveling rates will only increase even further. System prompt. Bone Knife of the Undead Mercenary. Mission progress. 272.300. There weren't as many elite mobs as I'd anticipated. I still need a few more. There are 2 days left. I have to obtain my first weapon upgrade. I must find somewhere else and come up with a way to clear more waves. Now that I've unlocked the exiled Beastman researcher's hidden shop, I can bring little Ryuko and the others to level up later as well. I must ensure the members of Shadow remain at top form in terms of levels and abilities. Otherwise, we won't be able to stand out amidst Heavenland's sea of pros. Are you trying to form a guild? Besides, Shadow is still lacking in highly skilled players of other classes. I have to spend some time hunting for those as well, forming my own guild. It's one of the goals of my current life, and I've never forgotten about it even once. But if I'm too slow, those skilled players are going to be snapped up by the major guilds or workshops. There's so much to be done. However, it's not time yet. Nebulous. Division 3's meeting room. You jumped from level 15 to 32 within 5 days. How did you do that? No way. Not even a rocket is as fast as that. I merely made use of the EXP bonus from hunting mobs way above my level to catch up. The process was rather troublesome, though. Alright then. But that's still really shocking. This guy. He continues to make the impossible possible. Guildmaster Stillwaters wants Shadow to carry out a solo mission at the Guild-owned dungeon. That will be opening in 2 days. Ah, right. About what you told me earlier, is that true? Yeah. He just told me about it today. I don't know the details. He just told me to give you a heads up. I'm guessing that it might have something to do with taking control of the checkpoint stations. Checkpoint stations? You mean Wolf's Fawn? Assault to seize Wolf's Fawn. Guild's 3 checkpoint stations, and make the entire area ours. Tian Na's assessment is not unfounded. We've been quietly enduring all sorts of provocations from Wolf's Fawn, but I'm sure that deep down, no one is willing to let things slide just like that. Nebulous, Guildmaster, Heart Stillwaters. If that's really the case, it will be quite different from the usual skirmishes. It'll be an outright declaration of hostility. Seems like things are going to get interesting. Interesting. With Celestial being allied with Wolf's Fawn. Now, I'm afraid that things are going to be extremely disadvantageous for Nebulous. If we let them carry on. Even if the sky collapses, Guildmaster Stillwaters will hold it up, so there's no need for the puny little Division 3 captain to worry about these things. Hey. You. Aren't you being too short-sighted? Calm down. I'm just joking. Well, then let me know about the details of the mission when you know more. Tell Guildmaster Stillwaters that I accept the mission. After all, I still have accounts to settle with someone during the upcoming Guild-owned dungeon. I can do the mission along the way. Accounts to settle. Don't tell me you're thinking of going after Wolf's Fawn's Vice Guildmaster, Depraved Squirrel. Ling Su, don't be too impulsive. He's their Vice Guildmaster. And I'm sure he has also improved by leaps and bounds during this period of time. I know he's got one over you last time, but you know what they say about how revenge is a dish best served cold. I don't have the time to wait to serve it cold. Besides, I've always been one to give an eye for an eye. I will not just swallow insults and humiliation silently like I did in my past life anymore. Never. What are you up to this time? Enough talk. I'm off. Since I have to also complete a mysterious mission from Guildmaster Stillwaters on top of getting my revenge on a certain someone, I'd better improve my abilities. PM me if you need anything, I'll read them when I'm free. I really can't do anything about him. The following day, I searched for a few elite mob spawn locations based on my memory, and went with the other 3 members of Shadow to clear mobs above our levels with some special tactics. On one hand, it was to level them up a bit more, and on the other, it was for my weapon, the bone knife of the undead mercenary. Finally, after we were all exhausted from clearing waves of mobs the entire day, my bone knife of the undead mercenary finally evolved. Not only were there slight changes to its appearance, but more importantly, its grade improved from whiteboard to bronze. Apart from the improvements in its attributes, the skill I've been looking forward to, Dominion of the Mercenary, was also finally unlocked. With this weapon in my hand, my next big plan began on the day before the launch of the Guild-owned dungeon. And that is to look for the spell that suits me the most in my second class as a mage. Abandoned Chapel of the Vile Serpent. The spell I'm looking for, Kiss of the Vile Serpent, is within that horrifying creature. This particular spell was originally specially designed for battle mages as it provides a hefty boost to agility and damage output. But now, for the dual-class me who's on the path of becoming a spell thief, there's no better fit. System prompt. You have activated the skill Dominion of the Mercenary. My Spell Thief journey starts now. My spectral warriors are immune to the vile serpent's venomous aura. Heed my order. Get into a triangular formation and attack. Lead this giant snake away. Well done. Lure it away from me so I can sneak in. I have to hurry. Spectral warriors of that level can't last for long. My target is that book right there. What's this mechanism? How did it manage to come back so quickly? This is beyond my expectations. I only managed to obtain this in my previous life with the help of a team, so I'd never paid attention to these types of details. Spectral warriors. Protect me as I deal damage. There's no time. If my summoned spectral warriors get wiped out, I won't have another chance to get close. Regardless of whether this will work, I have to try. I did it. Spectral warriors. Keep the vile serpent pinned down. See you later, you big snake. In this life, I, Ling Su, should be the first person to obtain this skill. Once news of this skill book gets out, I'm sure plenty of battle mages will risk their lives to get their hands on it. System prompt. Will you learn the skill, Kiss of the Vile Serpent? For my very first spell as a spell thief, there's no better fit. System prompt. You have learned the skill, Kiss of the Vile Serpent. System prompt. Kiss of the Vile Serpent. A mage-exclusive skill. Locking down an enemy target, the soul of the Vile Serpent will constrict the target while dealing magic damage. After locking down a target, the player's physical attacks will generate stacks of vile flames. Continuously. When Vile Flames is activated, the Dragonic Serpent's Kiss will rise with the ground below and deal magic burst damage equivalent to attack X 150 to the target and the surrounding area. But I seem to have forgotten about one thing. If it weren't for Gramps' wake-up call, I probably would have forgotten about having to report to school today. Truth to be told, the thought of going back to school is even more nerve-wracking than logging back into the game after my regression. After all, I have no fond memories of school from my previous life. Being bullied, humiliated, and a target of violence. Ha! To think I'd actually be back as a transfer student. Third high school entrance, however, I know things will be completely different this time. Ha! Let's re-experience this wondrous school life, Ling Su. Ling Su. Hello everyone, I'm Ling Su. Things have changed. In my past life, I was in year 1 class 6. When I first saw class 3 written on the notification, I thought I'd misread. From today onwards, Ling Su will be a part of class 3. The semester has only begun, so there's plenty of time to get to know each other. I'm sure you can all get along. Homeroom and Languages teacher Su Ting, let's give Ling Su a warm welcome. Teacher Su Ting. I don't really have a strong impression of her from my past life's memories. I'd only seen her a couple of times, and from what I can recall, she was a young and hard-working homeroom teacher. This is her first year as a homeroom teacher, and she doesn't seem to be very familiar with this role yet. After all, it's not easy for someone so young to handle a bunch of kids in the peak of puberty. Shouldn't you introduce yourself properly? Are you just gonna tell us your name? Also, what's with that white hair? Group leader Tang Ku, isn't hair like that against school rules? Could it be that you've gotten in here through connections? Nepotism, huh? Oh boy. Tang Ku, please don't make things difficult for our new classmate. Ling Su transferred to this school because of some family circumstances. I know this guy. He was one of the infamous students that gave the high school a lot of trouble. Seems like there'll always be one or two such characters in every class. I enjoy leading a solitary and quiet life. Also, I enjoy gaming, just like everyone else does, I assume. My hair color is natural. The school board should be aware of this. Feel free to speak up if you have any more questions. TCH. Well, I do have more questions, but I'll ask them later myself when there's a chance. Alright. Please take a seat, Ling Su. As you have transferred so suddenly. Will that seat in the back work for now? Is this the so-called protagonist seat? Hey. Ha ha ha. Hey. Eat shit and trip, white-haired kid. How lame. Ah. What's wrong? It's nothing. What's with that kid? How is he able to exert so much force when his foot landed? Quietly. You should thank me for holding back. Quietly. Otherwise, your lackey would have suffered a bone fracture. Are you all right? Were you not sitting properly? Here, let me help you up. Ah, so our fellow classmate just accidentally fell. It's all good now, let's resume our lesson. That damned scumbag. Seems like he's a tough one, huh? We'll be resuming our lesson, then. Year 1 Class 3. Oh, Ling Su, you're back. I'm home. How was your first day of school? That's good to hear. Go ahead and take a shower. The meal will be ready in a moment. You must be hungry, right? You have to study hard from now on. Having knowledge in your belly is more important than just filling it with food. Well, pretty normal. Truth to be told, I'm still not used to this renovated house. In the end, they didn't come to look for me even after school. Even the blind can tell that their expressions when they looked at me contained not a bit of goodwill. Man, must they really play out that typical bully the transfer student scenario. These people really have nothing better to do. But now, I no longer mind that such things are happening to me. Rather, the current me is quite looking forward to such things unfolding. It was because I have no parents. So, naturally, there wasn't anyone to care about me. Look at that orphaned kid next door. Seems like he got beaten up again today. Also, no one was willing to befriend someone such a special person. A person like that was the perfect target to bully. Be it my classmates, teachers, or neighbors. No one ever cared about me. I won't let others bully me ever again. System prompt. Gildone dungeons are now open. System prompt. Gildone dungeons are finally open. Brother Ling CE, I heard we're a little on the losing end in terms of numbers this time. Specifically, with regards to reinforcements. Wasabi-kun here. I got pretty much everything you asked for. Emichim, I have faith in you. Go on. It's not looking good. Wolf's Fawn seems to be treating the Gildone dungeon very seriously. Just for reinforcements alone, they have mobilized their 2nd Division members for pretty much all of their reinforcement slots. Furthermore, as you already know, the one leading Wolf's Fawn this time is their vice guild leader, Depraved Squirrel. That's quite a rare phenomenon. Out of all the top 5 guilds, only Wolf's Fawn sent out someone at the guildmaster level to lead their team. Did you find out anything about their goals? Yeah. While I can't exactly confirm the accuracy of the info, I think it should be true. His goal this time should be to seize the other 3 checkpoint stations owned by Nebulous in one fell swoop, and gain complete control over the dungeon resources. From what I've heard, Depraved Squirrel has had a sudden surge in power. In addition, he has secretly established a team called Black Hunt. The members are all elites from their first division. Such a coincidence. Heh, this is really 1 hour before the opening of the Gildone dungeons. What is it? Ling Ce, come here for a bit. Ah. Come here, you idiot. Where are we going? I'm not done with the delegations yet. We're here. Go on, get over there. You're here, Ling Ce. I apologize for making you come here while you're still busy. Please take a seat. No thanks. This is the type I'm the worst at dealing with. Ling Ce, what do you think our chances of victory are at the Gildone dungeon? This time. Ha. Chances of victory. Why is he asking me a random question like that out of the blue? There's no way I'd spend my time thinking about such lame things. Actually, I'm aware that the outlook is not very good for Nebulous. This time. After all, Nebulous is currently still ranked dead last among the top 5 guilds. So, Ling Ce, I'd like to ask. If you were the guild master, what do you think are our chances of victory for this dungeon? Judging by our current strength, I'll give it a 4.6 probability between Nebulous and Wolf's Fawn. However, that's only under the most ideal circumstances. Wolf's Fawn is currently ranked 3rd, after all. What should we do? In that case, what do you think we should do? Avoid large-scale battles, and focus on securing an advantage by using our elite forces purposefully. Gather our strength, and avoid direct confrontations. Something like that, I guess. Thanks. Very good, Ling Ce. Quite the perceptive analysis. I have even higher expectations for Shadow now. But, if you ask me, my method is actually very simple. And that is to never compromise, to never retreat, and to keep fighting till the very end. After all, we've yet to see the sight from the highest point. Therefore, I'd like to ask for your help, Ling Ce. Just as you've said, your Shadow is our elite team. For this dungeon, I need you to lead Shadow to seize Wolf's Fawn's outer checkpoint stations. Work with our comrades who will be attacking from the inside to surround them, and take over the 3 checkpoint stations under Wolf's Fawn's control in one fell swoop. Sure enough, it's exactly the same as what Tian Na predicted. To seize Wolf's Fawn Guild's 3 checkpoint stations, and make the entire area ours. But leaving it to Shadow. Something's not quite right. Guildmaster Stillwaters, from what I know, I'm sure Shadow is only one of the many elite teams at your disposal. To leave this up to an independent team like mine, aren't you worried about? Wait a second. So, that's how it is. Guildmaster Stillwaters. He's really prudent indeed. I understand. Mission accepted. We'll talk later. He should have realized your intentions by now. He's a smart one, that Ling Ce. Ling Ce. He gives me a very strange feeling. He appears to be all-knowing, yet he throws himself into chaos. I'll be using this opportunity to make a proper assessment of him. Be it with regards to his competence, or his loyalty to the guild. So, my guess was right after all. However, you're saying that Guildmaster Stillwaters is trying to test your competence and loyalty. Aren't you mad about that? Mad? Why should I be? I don't care. Either way, it doesn't interfere with my original plan. I've stayed on in Nebulous because of all the help you've given me all along. So, there's nothing insincere about my being here. Come on now, the dungeon is about to open. Let's not waste any more time here. System prompt. Gildone Dungeons. The battle for resources begins now. We'll be leaving it to you guys to fight for the resources, Tian Na. Shadow, follow me. I didn't expect that our missions would be the same, depraved squirrel. Wolf's Checkpoint Station 4 is right ahead. Follow me, we'll go around directly to the back. The people that Wasabi-kun bribed will be waiting for us there. They are on shift right now, and will open the back door for us to enter the checkpoint station. And here I thought we were going to have to fight our way in. How boring. Fight our way in. Once the dungeon officially opens, every checkpoint station will be stuffed full of high-level players. They're on a completely different level than those we encountered in the previous skirmishes. I thought the players in the checkpoint stations would be rushing in to fight for resources. With our current gear, are you confident that the four of us can take down about 100 or so of such players? I've never participated in guild-owned dungeons before. I didn't know things would be like that. These checkpoint stations outside the guild-owned dungeons serve two functions. Firstly, they act as respawn points for players who die in the dungeon. Secondly, they serve as the landing point for the new arrivals who have been sent as reinforcements. The dungeon is a battleground for both sides. Resources that have been successfully obtained can be exchanged for glory points for the guild. The higher the guild's glory points, the richer their rewards. However, we will not be participating in the battle for resources this time. It still sounds like a pain. While Brother Ling Ce was still stuck in his job change mission, I'd run a few smaller-scaled guild-owned dungeons with some other folks from the guild. It seems that the bigger the scale of the guild-owned dungeon, the more checkpoint stations there'll be. But Brother Ling Ce, are you planning to get to our destination from within Wolf's Fang grounds? Yeah. You can call it a shortcut. From within the grounds of Wolf's Fang's Checkpoint Station 4, we can get to the outskirts of the dungeon in the shortest possible time. The mission that has been assigned to Shadow is to infiltrate Wolf's Fang's Checkpoint Station 1, which is on the outermost side. My plan is to avoid direct confrontation and sneak in from the cliffs. It should be pretty effective. Seizing all the checkpoint stations is like a declaration of war. Interesting. Wolf's Fang is probably not worried at all. After all, they're the number 3 guild. They don't seem to be afraid of fighting back if they lose their stations. In fact, if Nebulous does seize them all, they'll have stronger grounds to declare war with us. Guilds are such a pain. Workshops are much simpler, we just do whatever job there is, and if there are no jobs, we grind dungeons for loot to sell. All these schemes are nothing but a headache. Alright, let's go down to Station 4 grounds. Try to stay hidden as much as possible. The back door cannot be opened. That's the passcode Wasabi-kun and the other party agreed upon. What's with this secret code? Are you a comrade who has gotten the wrong door? No, the warrior of love has come. What kind of idiotic secret code is this? Wasabi-kun must have done this on purpose. That's the correct code. Now, hand over the rest of what we've agreed on, and I'll give you passage. Hurry, get in. Be sure to keep hidden. I was wondering how many there would be. Looks like that Wasabi-kun of yours got screwed over. Seems like it. Fools. I decided to play along with you lot when he came to me. Trying to mess with Wolf's Fang. What a bunch of idiots. It's a pity there's only 4 of you. I can't believe the 15 of us waited here just for this. Bastards, go to hell. Thankfully, we didn't inform the others. Otherwise, it'd be such an embarrassment. Be grateful that we're treating you for Nebulous. Nobody's so well. You didn't inform the others. Emichim, that's good news. Things will get tricky if there's more of you. These 4. They seem somewhat familiar. I'll go seek a good vantage point. Alright. Take care of anyone who tries to escape. Scattering Crow. Post-promotion skill. An archer exclusive skill. Vanish into thin air for 6 seconds, like a crow scattering in the air and disappearing from sight. When attacked, the casting of the skill will be interrupted. Oh. What are you discussing? Are you trying to let at least one teammate escape? Ha, how naive. Pay attention, don't let the one who turned invisible slip away. You hold on. These 4. From what I remember, they're from that team that was making waves previously. Arg, what was it called? What are you talking about? What's this about making waves? After rushing the team leaderboard, we haven't really been showing our faces. It's only natural that you don't recognize us. Who are you? I remember now. You're that thief. They're Nebulous, S. Shadow. We're so fast. It's Nebulous, S. Shadow. Kill them immediately. Ha. Where did he go? An ambush. It's the archer who vanished just now. GG. Shadow, make it quick. Leave no one standing. Roger. Which direction did that voice come from? Find me that thief at once. I'm right here. Too slow. That casting speed of yours won't do at all. Protect the captain. Clerics, hurry up and heal the captain. Energy barrier. Mage skill. This spell can be cast without the use of a staff. Magical energy is gathered within the body and released at one go to repel all surrounding enemies, as well as create a high defense magic shield that will last for 155. It is an excellent life-saving skill. That's the captain, huh? It's a shame I wasn't able to one-shot her. Everyone, refrain from using flashy skills, lest we attract more people over here. Damn bastard. How dare they ambush us? Surround them. Critical hit. We'll surround them and attack. Focus on the thief first. Die. What the hell is this? Electro-binding. Oh. You've learned electro-binding, huh? Not bad. What are our archers doing? Hurry up and take down that damned gunner over there. But Captain, that gunner's range is too far away. Besides, his position is so high up. We won't be able to find a good position to attack from in such a short time. I don't care. Hurry up and find a way. I found the spot. We can reach him from here. Watch me shoot him down. I won't give you that chance. Gravitron Swirl Phase 1. My god. What the hell is that thing that's growing bigger? A monster. Gravitron Swirl Phase 1. My body's not listening to me anymore. What kind of skill is this? Do you think I'm the captain for nothing? Let my people go. Song of Cleansing. Mage skill. Summons a diamond-shaped barrier. This barrier can remove all crowd control effects. If any form of damage is taken, the barrier will disappear after 1 second. She's going to interrupt little Ryuko. I have to stop her. Whisper. Tills. Whisper. Gotcha. Tills. I'll break her barrier. The rest is up to you. Oh. Strategizing on the fly. Let's see how they'll handle this. Even if my barrier's broken, I won't be affected by the gravity swirl. You won't be able to interrupt my casting. Is that so? Spell casting interrupted. Fall into the swirl. Flaming Ring of Judgment. Receive the judgment of these flames. Combined skill achieved. Flaming gravitron swirl of judgment. System prompt. Flaming gravitron swirl of judgment. Gravitron swirl. Flaming ring of judgment. Combined skill. The flames have been tempered by gravity, and the blazing ring of judgment shall rise above the disrespectful. Those who are left. Hurry and call for reinforcements. Sorry, but I can't let you do as you wish. GG. As expected of the top players from my previous life. Combined skills are all about timing. When had they learned to use combined skills? Just being a little too fast or too slow would ruin everything. These three. They're growing a lot faster than I'd imagined. The heights shadow. Will reach in the future. Perhaps that's something not even I can foresee anymore. There's no way I'll let my growth be slower than them. In the Gildone Dungeon S battle for resources. Team 6, go to the front. All squads, listen up. If you've taken damage, retreat and heal up. Clerics, prioritize healing the tanks. Sister Tian Na. They're replenishing their reinforcements at a much faster rate than us. At this rate, we'll be slowly pushed out of the areas we control. On top of that, the average level of Wolf's Fang's members is higher than ours. Why aren't we deploying our reinforcements from the 2nd Division? Calm down, D-La. I've taken all these into consideration. We just have to do our best to stand our ground now before revealing our 2nd Division reinforcements. I won't let you lay a finger on Tian Na. Earthquaking slice. Tian Na, you alright? My mission is to protect you, not this position. What? What are you? Be because you're the captain. Without you, we'll lose the backbone of this team. Get behind my magic shield. If I don't protect you, then who else should I protect? So, it's my duty to keep you safe. Otherwise, I'd be irresponsible. I hope we can hold out. Until we receive Ling Su's signal, at least. Before the opening of Gildone Dungeons. Well, judging from Guildmaster Stillwater's intentions, this battle will also be dependent on the synergy between Shadow and the division you command. Promise me that before receiving my signal, limit your encounters with Wolf's Fang to minor skirmishes, and don't reveal our actual strength. In the final critical moment, we'll surprise them with a wave of coordinated assault. When that time comes, if the forces of Wolf's Fang collapse, we might be able to take them down in one go, and seize all their checkpoint stations. Be quiet, you two. We're at the outskirts of Station 5. There are a lot of Wolf Fang's people around, so we'll be in trouble if we do get their attention. Follow me. We'll be heading out from Station 4, past Station 5 and Station 6, and go straight to the edge of the cliff. So, you're sure we can get into Station 6 via the cliffs there? I'm not sure where you got this information from, but have you tried it out before? Even though I haven't tried it out, I'm sure it will work. In fact, I bet no one else has discovered this method yet. I've always been wanting to ask, where do you get these unusual strategies from? You seem to always be able to come up with solutions that are totally unexpected. Could it be that you have some secret connections? Is there someone leaking details to you in private? That way, you'll also be able to think of unconventional ideas. Browse the forums often, pay attention to the official write-ups on dungeon maps, and spend loads of time in the Heavenland Library. Sorry, I can't possibly tell you that I'm a regressor. To put it simply, it's all about research, and more research. It's almost time. Follow me. Have we lost them? Yup. There's no one behind us. Okay. Let's get prepared, then. We'll be going around via this cliff. Phew. We're finally here. That was really tiring. Over there, right. There's no one around. Cliffside. Now's our chance. Sure enough, no one's guarding the cliffside. A rune trap. What is this? Retreat. System prompt. Rune prison has been triggered. Contact-based rune prison. Item-based spell. A hidden spell that will be triggered upon contact. This high-level spell is a proud invention of the legendary wizard Duraint. The rune prison has to be continuously channeled by 2 mages to be maintained. If either mage is interrupted, the spell will be cancelled. Imprisoned targets cannot use their skills. The maximum duration of the spell is 6 minutes. When were we spotted? Impossible, there's no way we had been followed. Dark Feathers had also confirmed that. Someone must have set this up in advance. Why is it you 4 again? I suppose we'll just have to teach you a lesson again. Depraved squirrel. So, it's you. And the ones behind you are. I see. And here I've been wondering when your black hunt was going to show up. I believe people should all have a clear understanding of their limitations. I let you off last time only because I didn't want to drive you all into a corner. You're saying you didn't want to drive us into a corner. It seems like Nebulous is running low on pro players, seeing that they had to resort to the likes of you and all. That's right. You're so easy to guess. There's no challenge at all. Sigh, I knew Nebulous was up to something. So, I guessed you would strike at the least defended border. I didn't think I'd actually be right. Let's make this simple. I don't want to waste too much time on such trivial things. I'll give you all just one chance. Drop your equipment and scram. That way, we, Black Hunt, will spare your lives. Know this. I'm not the one you're insulting. It's Shadow. Brother Ling Su. I'll leave it to you to interrupt their mages. Ho, you sure can talk big, huh? Brother Squirrel, I'm not sure if you've noticed just now. That thief actually managed to evade the contact-based rune prison. That sort of reaction speed is a little unexpected. As you know, contact-based rune prison is a skill with a cast time of 1 second. Despite that, he was able to escape from the skill's range. That's nothing to be surprised about. We probably cast it a little off target just now, or it might just be his dumb luck. Either that, or he was prepared beforehand. Otherwise, it's impossible for him to have that kind of speed. Defensive stance. This guy's speed. As expected from the number 3 guild's elite team, you've switched to a defensive stance so quickly. So, you're saying that my speed was just dumb luck. Then, why don't you have a look and see if what's coming next is something that can be achieved by dumb luck? Are you threatening me? You. A loser who I've bested before. Kill him. How dare a mere thief from Nebulous act so brazenly in front of us, Wolf's Fang. System prompt bird tracer. Thief exclusive skill. Tracing the calls of birds, the user of this skill will speed up after locking onto their target. Their first subsequent attack will deal 3 times the damage. This skill lasts for 2 seconds. Damn, he got to him first. Hee hee. A clone. When did he? It seems like you really have improved. Block him. He's intentionally not giving me any time to use my skills. The frequency of his attacks and the way he's countering our blades. I can't believe it. Am I being pushed back? Humph. Don't forget that I have my teammates to back me up. Get this guy off me. Both at once, huh? How convenient. Behind you. Was he taking advantage of the 0.3 seconds of invulnerability from rapid shadow thrust to evade targeted skills like crashing sword ripple? System prompt: you have cancelled rapid shadow thrust's follow-up damage. 0.3 seconds. And to coincide with the exact moment and the damage of crashing sword ripple is dealt. Is that even possible? As expected, it's still the micro movements of top time. Come. Let me see if you've really improved. And loser. The results will be the same. Shadow snake technique. Is your top time only good for dodging? Or are you trying to tell me this is all you've got? He's not using any skills, but instead, emulating the way that thief exerted pressure on us. Boss Squirrel is toying with him. Looks like that thief can't stand up to Boss Squirrel at all. He can only defend. Is he really too pressured by my attacks to counter? But he's able to flawlessly dodge every single one of my attacks. As expected of top time. These attacks aren't enough to make him slip up. If that's the case, thanks for getting me here. This is right where I wanted to be. Something's wrong. I've been too focused on him this entire time. He's been leading me around. From this distance. Boss Squirrel. Throat slasher. Damn bastard. You were toying with me. Casting has been interrupted. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have lowered your guard enough for me to get close. Boss Squirrel. I can't maintain the spell on my own. The prison's dissipating. You asshole. Heh. Sorry for not taking you on seriously just now. Shadow. Let's pay them back 1,000-fold. But now, we can. Black Hunt. Slaughter them. Lazure flames of destruction golden shield. Playing with fire, are we? Let me take you up on that. Leave the mages to me. I've taken an interest in fighting thieves. Leave those two to me. Just leave the warriors to me. Seems like you've all selected your targets. Then, let me settle the score with Depraved Squirrel. I can't believe an archer would just send himself to the chopping block. Invisible, what an arrogant fella. Where did this glass cannon archer get the courage to challenge us thieves? And two of us at that. Let's work together and use backstab on this idiot at the same time. I bet we can one-shot him like that. System prompt: your invisible status has been cancelled. Impossible. How were you able to detect the both of us at the same time? GG. Hunting you down was a piece of cake. I doubt you'll know this, but to me, the most important thing for an archer is a good vision. Starlit GoldenEye system prompt: Starlit GoldenEye. Archer exclusive skill. Pupils are transformed into golden eyes, massively boosting the user's perceptiveness and observation for a short duration. No manner of disguise or invisibility can hide from these eyes. Duration: 60 seconds. Seems like they're all getting busy. Depraved Squirrel. It's about time we settle the score too. It seems like you've made some progress. Perhaps much more than you can imagine. Now, it's time for the showdown. Guildmaster Stillwaters. Do you think Ling Ce can complete the mission? If our intel's accurate, Ling Su's shadow will be up against rather nasty opponents. Depraved Squirrel. I didn't think he would have gone and put together his own team, Black Hunt. From what we can infer from our intel, the 6 members of Black Hunt are from Wolfsfang's 1st Division. What about it? As you've left an extremely crucial step to Ling Ce. If his plan fails, it will directly affect the outcome of the entire operation. While Ling Ce shows promise, I'm afraid he's up against a tough one this time. To be honest, I can't even say for sure that I'd be able to defeat the current depraved squirrel myself.